Morning. So I've been planning on filming this video for a while, and now I'm finally going to do it. So I'm out here now looking at skate parks. I could just focus on the negative, but I'm going to try and make it an even balance of negative and positive about the skate parks and try and find the good in them as well as show you the bad and the awful design. So let's go with number one, Gibbonsdale Skate Park in Barry. This is the nearest one to my house. Start with the good. Let's start with the good. Graffiti's not bad. I mean, could be a lot worse. This is the mini ramp. It's a good height, good width, good size on the flat bottom, decent coping. You can actually, do something on. It's got a bit of a jump boxy thing going on to it with a bank on the back that's not too mellow. So if you are going to jump out of the mini ramp and do sort of jump boxy style stuff, you're going to have a decent landing. Then you've got a 5-foot double coping spine. I personally don't like spines, but if you like spines, that's probably going to be quite good. And then 5-foot quarter pipe over here, good width, good height. There's lines. There are lines here. There are things you could do here. Now for the shit stuff. Because I have to tell you, there is this jump box with a quarter pipe hip on the other side. I don't know who that is. Usual sort of skate park, unimaginative graffiti from kids. It's nearly 6 foot. It's pretty bloody steep. And there's the quarter pipe hip on the side. Again, the bank landing. But where's the run up? Across the grass. Yeah, fucking great idea that. And then you've got the hip there. And where's the run up for that? You're going to go through the playground, are you? Don't think so. This grind ledge, which I think is a grind ledge, more than likely just used as a bench by parents. They have put coping on it, which you can see has not been used because it's still all rusty. But they haven't overlaid the coping in sections, like overlapping the joins between the concrete blocks. So that's just not going to work, is it? So overall, this one, yeah, the mini ramp setup's not actually that bad. It's heavily patched though. So if you're on a skateboard, rollerblades, or dare I say, if you're a child, a scooter, that's death right there. Unless you know exactly where all the patches are, you're going down. But this is the sort of state that the nap was in before it finally got ripped down and then replaced that concrete skate park a year ago. I never come here with a bike. Mainly because there is a splash pad right there. And so of course in summer, all the kiddies are all over it. And where do they flood in? In here. So they just use it as slides, and the parents will shout at you if you go anywhere near their precious little child. So it's just not worth it. Right then, I just thought what might be a good idea is a score out of 10 for the skate parks I'm going to look at. I'm going to give that a 4. I'm going to be generous there because the mini ramp is not bad. It's not bad at all. In all fairness, it's rideable. It's pretty rideable if that's what you're into. I'm not so much into mini ramps and more of a sort of, I kind of ride more street, but you know what I mean. Let's go and have a look at terrible skate park number 2. Skate park number 2. This is the Don, just outside of Dennis Powys. Now this one actually is quite good, although it does have some questionable features on it. But first up, the spine's heavily used. Before we got the nap, me and the boys who are local used to ride here all the time because it was the nearest skate park that is any good. That bank is good fun. There's a wall ride there, so try to put something good in here with a channel gap between the quarter pipes. That's terrifying. I've never hit it. We've got a rail with checker plate steps and like a grind box and stuff with that little sort of Euro gap, if that's what that's called, each side of it. And the ledge is actually all right. It's a little narrow or whatever, but it's all right. The banks aren't incredibly mellow either. They've actually got a good bit of steepness to them, so as you come off of a grind, even though it's really low, you can carry some speed out. Got like a 2-step quarter pipe here with a bank next to them, and then a mini ramp back here. This is where I broke my thumb. I think I broke my thumb. It's still not right. Again, half pipe, mini ramp, actually pretty good. Best parts of this skate park for me are this little ledge on the floor, which is a tidy height. It's not small, it's not massive. Got this little manual pad thing next to it, so you can do like weird shit on that. It's good for jibs. Got a metal bench in the middle of the skate park, which actually grinds really well because it's steel. Does get used as an actual bench from time to time. Sometimes you can get to grind it. And then you got, like I said, this ledge. This sort of kind of a jump box. It's way too long for the height, but yeah, this park's all right. Like I said, it has some questionable features, things that you sort of go, really? Why? You can see they try to be clever, and this is part of the problem with some skate park designs, when they try to be really clever with it, and it kind of doesn't work, which you'll see in the next skate park I go to. I'm spoilt for skate parks around here, I will admit as well. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to focus on the positives as well as give an idea of some of the negatives. I don't know if it rained last night or if that's just dew or what. I mean, it is October, it's autumn now. So this could just be overnight where it's tried to freeze and then hasn't frozen. I'm going to give it a firm 7. Like I said, it has got some parts of it which you kind of go, but then I have had some pretty good sessions here, and the local boys, they do shred it. So yeah, 7.5. Fuck it, I'll give it a 7.5. Also, perfect place to hide underneath when it's raining, underneath there or underneath any of the ramps. So if you get caught out down here, it's pissing down, you've ridden here from the train station, there are places to hide out of the rain. That is a massive bonus when it comes to skate parks, because most of them don't have that, especially if they're concrete. Come at it with an open mind, a bit of creativity, it's alright. 7.5 out of 10. Skate park number 3. I've actually got my bike out of the truck for this one. I'm hoping it's going to be dry. So this is Cogan, which is Penarth. Right at the bottom of Penarth, sort of Penarth end of Cardiff Bay. And this is concrete for a change from the last two. Now, at first, when you look at the pictures online, you kind of go, alright, yeah, it looks really fun. And it kind of is. And then you realise that a lot of it is very questionable. Like, what the fuck is that? What was the point in that? Money actually got spent on that, as opposed to ramps. And you got all this this pentagon theme going on through the skate parks. You've got a pentagon ledge thing there. There's a pentagon cut out in that vert wall, which you don't dare go anywhere fucking near. And you've got a pentagon hip here. Did have a tree in it at one point, I think. Oh, it has actually been cleaned out. Normally that's just where all the kids chuck all their junk and shit in there. There's a berm so you can get some speed at stuff, but speed at what? What are you getting your speed at? There is a quarter pipe hip over there. You've got this flat bank pyramid hip here. That's actually alright. It is a little wet still. Yeah, it's kind of okay. The only thing I sort of question about it, I can't remember who built this, it might have been Maverick, is when they seem to always build like concrete ledges with the coping just below the top of the ledge. That really winds me up. I don't know why they do that. I don't know if it's more friendly for skateboarders or what. This is pretty good part probably for skateboarders. For BMX though, it's okay. Well, it's okay if you fancy riding something different, a bit bored if you're local and you need to appreciate a skate park that's a little better thought out, but that's terrible. I'll be honest, I'm so under enthusiastic for this place. I'm just going to go to the nap. Well, I'm down the nap and it's got to the point where now it's infested with kiddies and they've got no sense of direction or what's around them. And it's just getting dangerous for me and them, so I'm probably getting this video here. You've all seen the nap before anyway, you all know what it looks like and you know what I think of it. I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Nothing gets 10 out of 10. Nothing. But 9 out of 10 is what I'm going to give it because it is really good. It has got some lines in it, it's got some good stuff. It is fun. Well, that's my 4 locals rated. So the theme with a couple of them is where people have tried to be clever with the design and it hasn't really worked out, especially with Penarth or Cogan, whichever one it is. Yeah, that's someone trying to be clever with like an art project or some sort of architecture project or something when they were designing it, but it doesn't really work. Sometimes it's better to try and keep it simple. You try and be too clever, it just doesn't work. I know I'm spoiled with skate parks in the local area. I've got 4 within a couple of miles of my house. I really shouldn't complain, but you know, just trying to sort of make sense of them. Right, that'll do. Thanks for watching. See you next time.